we're gonna move on to the next one, man. We're gonna go into our conspiracy stuff right here. Shout out to my boy Andre OG React. We're gonna go into one of our conspiracy videos, and then after this one, I got another one as well. But all right, man, let's get straight to it. We rolling today.
I'm waiting on him.
We rolling today, goddamn. We hot.
Let's go. That's all I needed. Let's go. Trying to let y'all fill in a little bit so y'all can. People be like, "Oh, I'm missing a live." Look, man, had them notifications on, man. Have them on. I know. Let's get it.
Hello, TikTok. I want to go over my theory of the new logo for the Air Force. I've heard different theories about this UFO being in the logo, but now I want to go over my own. I've never believed that the elite would give us information unless they had a plot for it. And I don't know if you remember when they said something about that there were supposed to be documents and proof that aliens existed. I've never seen it myself, but I do remember that. But I believe there's a whole agenda in making us believe that UFOs and aliens exist. See, I think that they know that the rapture is supposed to happen soon. So they want us all to be thinking that when people start disappearing, that it was due to UFOs abducting people. Because they want to get you off.
The German River, right? It dried up, and inside of the German River was markings on a stone that basically said warning of that drought, basically predicting the future. After that, it was saying, once you see this, you will weep. That means, like, you should weep. So you should start crying because something's gonna happen.
Yeah. I know here in Mississippi, when the Mississippi River dried up, it was exposing a lot of shit. And it didn't get all the way dry, but a lot of shit was getting revealed. And the motherfuckers, they were saying, like, you know, in the Mississippi River, they was like, shit, they gonna start going down there and looking at all them bodies that people threw off over in there, you know, back in the slavery days and shit like that. But I know a lot of stuff was getting exposed. I don't know if nothing like major was getting exposed, but because it didn't dry up all the way, but it did expose a little bit of things.
Less intelligent or lazy.
They haven't been on the earth as long as brown-eyed people have, and that's a fact. Yeah. The first scientists at the University of Southern California traced the DNA molecule back. Now, look at this boy. He wants to talk. Is he being a good listener? No. These people know the listening skills? No. And if they know the listening skills, why aren't they practicing them?
I remember her, though.
Sit your ass down.
I remember her.
You can see where this is going.
University of Southern California. Sit down and listen. Trace the DNA molecule. Trace the DNA molecule back using computer.
Nah, that's a white woman saying that. That's a white woman saying that. That's a white woman saying that. All right.
Computers 2 or 3 years ago, and in order to find out where the first modern human being evolved on this earth. And what they found was that the first modern human being who evolved on this earth was a black female. And in every one of your genes runs the memory of that first black female. People of color have been on the earth longer than white people have. That's a fact. You need to be aware of that.
Told him sit his ass down, right?
No. Those things are actually chained up in Iraq underneath the Euphrates River. Now, although I do not subscribe to the Bible, I do believe the Bible has some amazing stuff in there. In the Bible, it actually says the Euphrates River in Iraq will dry up in preparation for Armageddon, which is when these fallen angels, these beasts, will be released upon the world. The Euphrates River is drying up as we speak.
Shit is dried up.
Stay tuned. I can't really see what we looking at on that.
Appreciate it, Lakeisha.
Oh, is that supposed to be some noise coming from under there?
I could tell you what though, whatever the hell is down there, be for real with you, that shit can stay down there.
Facts.
Sounded like that, nigga. Look, man, you need a couple halls for your throat. You got something going on.
Yeah.
You know, you been down there for too long.
I'm just gonna be honest though. This is what I can never get. If I see or hear something, then at what point do y'all expect me to record it? So if I come and tell y'all I heard or seen something, you say, well, what the proof? Nigga, the proof is me. I ain't staying there to film it. I ain't staying there to hear it. I heard something, my nigga. I seen something and I ran. I ain't got, what else you want me to do?
That shit crazy. Where you at though?
But actually being able to agree on the Antarctica Peace Treaty. To all these hotspots all over the world hinting at the 1%, the elites. But from an environment aspect, and of course the more sinister aspect, Earth has been on a course to becoming an unlivable world. But both of these things have one solution in common. Us people. Simple. If we come together, we win. If we don't, the Earth is destroyed. We can't let stuff like race, politics, or religion separate us from the true goal.
That's facts.
Ultimate freedom and happiness as people without no worries. But the more I keep talking, the more and more it starts to sound like a dream. I wish we could actually come together and make this shape. Y'all go ahead and let me know what y'all think in the comments.
Yo, be honest, y'all. Let's type 1 for yes, 2 for no. Do you think it's possible for us to come together as people, no matter our race? 1 for yes, 2 for no. Y'all know who Rashad Jamal is. Do y'all think 1 for yes, 2 for no? Is it possible? You believe it? 2, you don't believe it? 1, you believe it? I just don't see it. I don't think it's gonna happen without our kids. But the world keep manipulating our kids. I think our kids show us that it's possible. Our kids show us. You said 2 not meant to be together. People just weird. I think politics, this shit called Hollywood, I think they interfere with us actually being one. I think if we can figure out, that's why I say if we can figure out to break this connection, especially when it comes to politics, it's definitely possible, but they won't let it happen. I agree. It's definitely possible. Our kids show us every day. Our kids don't have no motherfucking care in the world who they play with. Our kids have zero fucking care. But soon as they get old enough to get involved into this politics, into this industry, then all of a sudden we have beef. We have hatred towards one another. It's crazy.
To free black people in the Civil War. The reporter then says, do not for a moment think that this doctor presents an exceptional case of one who puts the human skin to a practical use, and describes more examples from a cigar case made of Negro skin and a young society lady who wears a beautiful pair of dark slippers that came from a Negro cadaver.
What the
It
fuck?
seemed that when it occurred, this process was conducted by medical doctors and involved skinning bodies after they were already dead. The Mercury article says that the leather was obtained from the skins from the bodies of Negroes which have been dissected, and that the best leather came from the thighs. Another entry from the New
Nigga, did y'all?
Wow, that's true, Cap. That's a fact. That's true.
Did y'all hear that? They even know the best leather comes from the thigh.
People are gonna have to wake up and see them.
Absolutely
Facts.
not, nigga. Like,
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I mean, and then motherfuckers want to invalidate how you feel about things. Like that's just wild to me. That shit that psychopaths, narcissistic type people do. They try to make you feel bad about some shit that they did to you and your ancestors. But that should be wild though. Like that's the shit that get me. Like you've really got wallets made out of fucking people.
That's crazy.
New York Times from 1860 shares how former slave Nat Turner was skinned and how pieces of him were tanned and sold in shops around Southampton County, Virginia. Follow for more.
That is
Are actually aliens. If y'all have ever watched this movie Underwater, they went too deep and found the creature that don't even look like it's supposed to be from this earth. Or could it have just been a creature from space? Now you can say what you want, but I bet you we are not the only beings, only species, only creatures that are in this universe. It's just ironic that.
So now the planet is getting.
Did y'all see that movie when they went down there? Y'all seen the last clip I showed y'all last night when they was trying to punch a hole through the through the lake that's already down in there. It's like basically a portal to another universe, right? So basically, when that movie right there, they went down to see what was at the bottom of the ocean, and they found what they was looking for. They found some beans that was down there, and them beans was whooping on their ass. And one person that got away. But y'all gotta go see that movie though. It's dope. It's a dope watch.
Super hot right now. And those same people are going to go back in caves. Start paying attention to when they start building malls and trains underground. Start paying attention to when they start saying, oh, it's grocery stores underground. They are preparing because they will no longer be able to live on Earth anymore.
I believe that as well.
That goddess DNA.
There's no way we can be the only beings on the. It's just, it don't make sense. That's just me though. It don't even make sense. We see all these different type of creatures, all these different type of animals, all these things that they steady discovering day after day after day. It's no way possible. Folks should have leave the drugs alone. You think people own drugs because they believe that there's other beings on the planet? See, why you gotta say we own drugs? Why you just can't say, okay, I have a difference of opinion? You see how that works? But no, you be like, motherfucker gotta be on drugs, motherfucker gotta be crazy. You know what I'm saying? You ready to put me in a mental institution because I said I don't believe in what you believe in? See how that shit be fucked up, dog? I'm just being honest, that's fucked up, man.
Creatures that make me very uncomfortable.
Appreciate the
First up, we have the big fin squid. Now, the longest one of these recorded was 6.4 meters long.
Now look at this.
I'm sorry, but this guy, he's definitely friends with the Kraken. Moving on. Goblin shark. I hate it. They have like these, I guess you could call them slingshot type jaws. I'm just gonna show you.
What?
And y'all telling me that other life forms, weird life forms don't exist?
God
damn.
Thank you. This one's a phantom jellyfish, and it's actually kind of cool, but they can be found between the surface and about 22,000 feet deep. So imagine you like fall off a boat and get caught in this dude's curtain arms. I'm good on that.
I'm cool.
And finally, here's some eye bleach for you. This is a Dumbo octopus. Isn't he cute? Just look how shy he is. I love him.
The world ending in 2012 was actually wrong by less than a week. Hold on, let me explain. The world ending in 2012 is often seen as a conspiracy theory, but that's actually not completely true. The theory of the world ending in 2012 came from the ancient Mayan calendar that ended in 2012. The theory gets its credit from the fact that Mayans knew stuff about the stars that we still don't know today centuries later.
I remember in my household when we was dealing with this right here. Kenny, if y'all remember that, I was scared. And I remember, man, going to sleep early and just thinking like I wasn't gonna be here the next day. Cause these people had scared the fuck out of me. You know what I'm saying? They got slapped in the head, he said, during birth instead of on the bottom. I'm sleep, dog. But yeah, I remember the 2012. We supposed to been, just I didn't know how we was gonna die. I just know like, man, the Mayans disappeared, where they went, and nobody knew where they went. And all of a sudden, the calendar end, and everybody, where I'm from, was thinking like, nigga, this shit is really over with. And I woke up the next day like, man, these people on that bullshit. And that's when I stopped believing in that whole, based on what them people saying, the world about to end, because this shit really had a lot of people convinced. And that didn't happen.
Our star, the sun, is what almost ended Earth in 2012, because the sun, around every 11 years, shoots a solar flare into space. The biggest one in history, as far as we know, was in the summer of 2012. And if we were 1 week behind in space, we would have all died. And they figured this out over 2,000 years ago and were off by a week. Imagine what we could figure out now if we knew what they did. And that is how.
Hey, and I think even on a deeper level, y'all, when it comes to parenting, how many of us use any remedies from our elders versus doctors popping up everywhere, urgent care everywhere? How many of us actually, know any remedies for cures and shit like that? Like, we don't have nothing to hold on to from our ancestors. Most of us. Especially if you didn't grow up with your grandparents. Like, let's just be honest, our dad barely, like my dad, he knew some remedies, but he didn't know remedies like my grandparents. And it's like slowly but surely they going away. They going away. Slowly but surely. All the remedies, because it's like generation after generation, they just, now, if we get sick, where we going? Straight to the doctor. Urgent care. We don't got no remedies for cures and shit. Unless we still got some elders that hanging on and passing information down. Other than that, we're going to depend on the system to take care of us. When we all know that the system give us the placebo pills and all that, they don't cure nothing. They're not even allowed to say they can cure you. They give you something to suppress what you're really going through. And I think when I think about stuff like that, I think about us as people. We go through that too. They kill our ancestors off. And this don't gotta be necessarily a particular race. I mean, any of us, no matter what race we are, you had some ancestors that knew some remedies. But what remedies do we have now? For most of us, we going to the doctor.
You know what? They think they smarter than our ancestors and stuff. Honey, I appreciate that. They feel like they smarter than our ancestors though.
No greater power than you.
That go Jamal right there. It's Jamal.
Bro, there's so many theories out there that we just stopped going to the moon because something told us not to go there. There's this interview with Neil Armstrong, right? During the interview, they just seem not happy to be back on
Big
Earth.
Pharmacy.
They seem upset.
It was our pleasure to have participated in.
Hey, that's a good one though. When are they gonna get a RICO? Why these pharmaceutical companies don't have a RICO case pending on them? That's a good one.
One great adventure.
Or something really bad.
That's facts.
Like they got bad news of some sort.
I think it was scripted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To burn it.
Hey, hey, look, if them extraterrestrials say they black, right? They probably like, hey, son, you in the wrong hood. They pulled up on the moon and shit. Hey, yeah, you set tripping. You ain't even supposed to be here. Take your ass back down.
Oh, shit. Said them niggas pulled up to the wrong hood.
Come get you, motherfuckers. So go ahead, turn around.
Oh,
that's what happened to their ass. I don't like being told what to do, though.
Real.
Nigga went to the moon, set tripping. That's tough.
And it'll turn black. And it'll smell like plastic.
I remember when people was doing this, but you got to think, now we know more about what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the chemicals in the air is mixing with
and
our
it smells
water.
Like plastic. Really bad. That's not snow, and don't let.
Y'all wonder why we all at the bottom of many societies: Black people, Black Latinos, Black Italians, Black Americans, Black Asians, all at the bottom of society, portrayed to be only slaves, only criminals, just little value. We once had the highest value. Our story has been stolen to tell his story. Real Black history, you guys were not always slaves. You weren't just slaves. You were one.
Hey, on some real shit, I want to ask y'all a question. Why do everybody have a culture except America? Why do everybody else have a culture? How does it in America, there's only one way, and anything outside of that, you evil, or it's incorrect, you stupid. Like Brody said, somebody bump you on your head. Like, why don't black people have their own schools in America? Why do we have to learn the European way? Why do Asians have to learn the European way in America? Why do Jamaicans, why can't we have our own school? Why can't we learn why can't we teach each other? Why we have to learn from somebody else history? I don't get that. I always looked at that as, we see no matter who come to America, they have to learn American system, or else they are, like Brody would say, you ignorant, you stupid. If we can't spell the words correctly, we wrong. If we can't say it correctly, we wrong. If you think outside the box, you wrong. You going to hell. Why can't we learn about us? Why we go to school to learn about somebody else's history? Isn't that indoctrination? Why can't the entire universe see that as that? If I go to China, then I gotta learn Chinese. I gotta learn their school stuff. I gotta be taught with. But when everybody outside of America, including us, we have to learn the European way. That don't make sense. So when do I get to learn about who I am and where I'm from? And what my ancestors did or didn't do? Like, when do we get to actually learn about our history?
Kings, queens, gods, and goddesses, they have stolen your history. So the truth is, we all know King James, we know Mary, Queen of Scots, and Lord Darnley. Would you believe me if I told you they were not who they said they were? They were black. Now, we all know this is who they call King James I. This is a lie. This is actually from the National Portrait Gallery, and this was painted in 1621 by Daniel.
Y'all know what it would look like, bro, if we did some shit like that. It was like, oh, this is our shit. Like, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit don't happen to nobody else.
Myton. Now, here is the real King James before the whitewashing of history. Now, this, according to the National Portrait Gallery, is by Hendrik Hondius in 1608, from 1608. An entire decade prior. Now, it gets even better because we're going to go into Queen Mary, who we all thought looked like the lady from Rain. I love that show, but that's not the real Mary. Will the real King James please stand up? Please stand up. All right, now to Mary. Now here is Mary, Queen of Scots. Here they are again. This is actually Francis and Mary. Mary Loki has a fro kind of pulled back with a wrap, but watch what they did to whitewash his. No. You tried it. Here is Lord Darnley. Not the next version I'm going to show you. Is this your king?
Bro, like, that's some crazy shit right there, though.
This isn't Lord Darnley.
Now, for the people that say, bro, y'all believe anything. So if there are research that's out there that really shows that this to be 100% accurate, then what do you do then? Nothing changed, dude. It's no wonder most of us can't see ourselves as being more. most of us, we don't have a will to be great. Because you don't believe you ever was great. Wow. Laboratory. The 1%er.
I just joked. If I didn't say that, Lord Darnley is the father of King James. This is the son of King James, King Charles I. Here he is again, King Charles, son of King James.
I really need an explanation real quick. You can never be too careful.
That's crazy.
Just watch this real quick.
It may be hard to see tonight, but we are all standing under a glass ceiling.
I remember
now,
that.
as we all know, they like to put messages in movies and TV shows. I don't know if y'all seen this, but in the movie Gods of Egypt, it was a scene of space and what Earth looked like from space, and it was flat. Even in Thor, they show Asgard to be a flat plate. Now, it is sad, a lot of people say that we live in a dome. Y'all remember this woman? Look at what she finna say.
And I can't believe we just put the biggest crack in that glass ceiling yet.
Now, we all know the Simpsons be putting in hidden messages and everything. Now, look at this part.
The ball going back, and the ball shatters the sky, bringing the ocean itself.
Now, some people say Jesus is holding everything together. But in school, do y'all remember when they taught us about gravity? And they had said the earth was round. So I had asked my teacher, if it's round, why don't people fall off the bottom of the earth? And you know how water falls down the stream? Gravity don't stop it, it just goes down. Wouldn't the earth look like this? Cause like, how are you holding all the water in place? It says gravity is most accurately described by the general theory of relativity.
When motherfuckers start using their brain, dog, like for real, a lot of shit won't make sense to you. A lot of shit. And can't nobody pay you to make it make sense. You just gotta sit there and take it that motherfucker think you dumb and you crazy. But if motherfucker really wants to start using their brain, you can pay me to believe some of this shit that go on. No disrespect. That's just like when COVID happened. You can pay me to say, I'm gonna wear my mask. If I die from COVID, it's because they put this shit out here and they want me to die from it. And I say that respectfully because I know people have died from COVID. But they did it. They put it out there. It ain't, if COVID was as bad as they claim it to be, which they did a lot of killing. Them people killed. That's what, oh my bad, we can't say kill. They did a lot of killing. That's what they did. People that was going in, saying they was going in for one thing, and they didn't make it out. Where I'm from in Mississippi, motherfucker was going to the doctor by something else. And somehow, all of a sudden, they died from COVID. Man, quit that bullshit. Them people was killing motherfuckers. And it came out that they was actually getting more money to make it happen. Now, you can believe what you want to believe. But the word on the street is, them people will make a lot of motherfucking money to make sure motherfucker didn't come out. I mean, yeah.
Proposed by Albert Einstein. Again, the Newtonian theory of gravity is based on assumed forces. If gravity is a theory, can Earth really be a globe? Or does it look something like this? I know you're probably like, is the water gonna fall off the edge?
Facts, bro.
Some people say we're surrounded by ice. You know, like in Game of Thrones, even in Teen Titans too.
Butter wall? Seriously? A butter wall? That's what I said, fool! There's a big old butter wall. It encircles the entire pancake earth.
It just makes me question, that's all I'm saying. Kind of just makes me feel some type of way because they're showing it and everything. Now, it is what it is if it's flat or round. But when I heard her talk about it, I was just like, y'all be safe.
It is what it is. If it's flat around, she sound like somebody looking at their ass in the mirror. Like, it is what it is. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. I ain't got none. But, no, I'm just playing. But look, that'll tell you, they show it everywhere. They show that shit everywhere. But it's just an interesting conversation to have. I have my thoughts on it. I'm still undecided with
it. Bruh, I supposed to be spinning so fast. I really supposed to be on a ball. Spinning so fast that I ain't falling off. And all this fucking water on this planet. Man, I ain't finna get, man, fuck that shit, man. Them people are gone with that bullshit.
I don't give a fuck regardless.
Them people, but see, if you can make a motherfucker believe one lie, you can make a motherfucker believe the second lie. And that's what it's all about. If they can convince us to believe this narrative, then how they just go on and on and on, convincing us to believe in different narratives.
The picture changes.
What y'all think?
The same narrative that Black men don't want to be fathers and they run from it. When some of y'all ladies know that some of them niggas do try to be fathers. But there are some ladies that, well, if I can't have you, then you can't have the kids. Don't act like it ain't none of them out there. There are some dudes that don't want to be fathers. But there are also some women that don't want to be mothers. But that don't get it. That narrative is never pushed, though. That narrative never come out. It just men don't want to be fathers. But what about the young lady who just had a 5-month-old baby? We'll say that for another day.
It's flat. It was around. Let me see in the chat. They were talking about cancer. Because they've been curing people all of a sudden, quote unquote. This new drug they got has been curing people. And that's what happened on this movie. See what happened after they took it.
Bingo. Bingo, love will conquer.
I'm gonna be real with y'all, man. Look, if people start turning into these zombies, man, look. If you turn into them ones, them type of zombies, bro, look, man, we ain't gonna make it. Let's just be real. We ain't gonna make it, y'all. Don't even run, none of that shit. Just go ahead, goddamn, go ahead, bite me real quick. I'd rather be with y'all, shit.
And see, the real deal is motherfuckers are already zombies. But see, we assume that we gonna look like this. But what about the zombies that don't want to hear the real and understand what's going on in our world? What about the zombies that listen to this music every day? What about the zombies that can never see a good depiction of themselves? See, we already zombies. We live in a world where some of us, we can't get clean water. Motherfuckers ain't drunk out the water fountain or what they call it, the hydrant. Y'all know I'm from Mississippi. The education is bad. Well, man, the water fountain in your house. I wanted to use a different word. I can't think of it. Fuck y'all. I know some of my Twitch people gonna be talking shit. See, my YouTube side, y'all don't know. My Twitch side be always fucking with me because I'll be saying these words wrong and shit. See, look, they already over there laughing. Fuck them niggas over there on Twitch. YouTube ain't caught on yet. They'll probably start fucking with me, you know, once they start getting comfortable in here. Fuck them niggas on Twitch, though. But yeah, the faucet. Ain't nobody drunk out the faucet, man, in years. Because they know that shit is filthy and that shit is dangerous. About to drink that shit. And we buy this because we know, guess what? This is dangerous too. But at least this shit right here keep us, we live a little longer drinking this shit than we drinking that shit coming from the water towers. That shit right there knocking niggas dead. Especially if you're in the wrong state. You drink that shit, come up out of there. Man, go to California and drink that water. See what happens. Go to Mississippi at one point. It's still bad in Mississippi. But I think it got a little better. But I know in Jackson it was bad. Go to Flint, Michigan. You feel me? It's places all over the world, bro. You can't drink the water that coming out the faucets. So it's like, we think about these type of zombies, but what about the zombies that live in the world that don't accept the real when it come out to them? When it get exposed to them, nobody want to accept the fact that, why these motherfuckers out here looking for viruses? Well, what the fuck you doing over there looking for a virus? So I think zombies already exist. It's just that we assume that they're going to look like this. But there are zombies in our world that ignore the real every day. Blindly ignore it. No, it's there. Walk right by it. Yeah, we can walk on around that though. Walk on around that though.
To these zombies, bro, look, man, we ain't gonna make it. Let's just be real. We ain't gonna make it, y'all. Don't even run, none of that shit. Just go ahead, goddamn, go ahead, bite me real quick. I'd rather be with y'all. Shit. That shit crazy. If they the slow ones, we good though.
Okay, I know you said only name 3 things, but I'm gonna name a little bit more than 3, maybe 4. Okay, so here we go. Martin Luther King Jr. was actually named Michael King, and his father went on a trip and changed his name to Martin Luther after this man here. Yeah, this is Martin Luther, where Daddy King got their name from. Second thing, even though Martin Luther King Jr. was in love with you know, the civil rights movement, he was also in love with a white woman. And
bingo. See, a lot of people don't talk about that. You see how I mean by zombies? Nobody talk about the fact that Martin Luther King was forced to be with that black woman because of political gains. He would have never married her. He wanted to marry the white woman that he was in love with, but once again, they used racism to play a major benefit for them. Martin Luther King was on the other side, and when he tried to switch back over to the right side, he got killed. Martin Luther King used to play for the other team, but nobody talk about that. But then he tried to switch back over after meeting with Malcolm X. Oh, it's too late now. It's too late now. Nobody talk about how Martin Luther King was in love with that white woman and he wanted to leave that lady, that black lady, Coretta. He wanted to leave her, but they had to stay together for political gains. And this is what I'm saying. Motherfucker been running political gains for how long?
And he was engaged to marry her. Yeah, this is Betty. He was in love with her. He was really
Damn,
willing to
Betty.
risk it all for her. But his friends put some knowledge in his head and told him that that was not a good look for him being a civil
Betty came in trying to fuck shit up, didn't she? Damn.
rights activist and all. So he
She
married
putting that
Coretta
thing
Scott.
on him.
Yeah. 3, MLK was playing both sides of the fence. He was trying to combine us and make us integrated, even though he knew that was not a good look for our people. But he was being funded by the Rothschilds, so he did it. But after
Rothschild.
MLK realized he was leading his people into a burning church and wanted to back out of it, they tried to assassinate him.
It's
But
too
that
late.
didn't work, so they went into the house.
It's too late to back out, Martin. Whatever. No, buddy. You've been working with us this long. Now you want to change your views? And you heard Malcolm X was even calling them out at one point. And they had a sit down because, you know, at first they was beefing. What's good, gang?
And actually,
same thing with Malcolm X was playing. Malcolm X didn't know clear, apparently, you know, word on this, you know, from what they say and from what he was saying, he didn't know he was playing in the devil's hands. And then, you know, cause see, you gotta think about this, and this is why I say I speak for unity. It's no way we think we can just survive on our own when we don't own shit. Like, just think about that. This is why I say I'm not saying run to non-black people and look for them to save you. But what I'm saying is, bruh, what do you own in this world? What do we own? Now, we can come together and put our money on freeze, but god damn, I ain't seen that work yet. I ain't seen nobody convince us not to spend no money. I ain't seen that happen yet. Well, if we can fuck around and get somebody to convince black people to hold off on spending that goddamn money, well, we might get somewhere. The motherfucker won't, well, I just ain't seen it happen. I ain't seen no goddamn politician be able to get black people to keep their money in their pocket.
Killed him.
That's a lot.
To be true. Like, for example, like you guys are always talking about the cartoon, The Simpsons, and then it happens, and then everyone's like, oh, life imitates art. No.
Nigga, she gotta have a filter. Like, you know, the filter with the eyeball thing, when they make your eyes do some shit like that. My eyes don't get that big, so I guess I just be hating. That shit gotta be a filter.
No, basically they know what's gonna happen and they're trying to entertain us with this stuff to make us believe that it's so fake. It will never happen, when in fact, it is going to happen. It's actually a plan. That's why I've been saying we need to pay attention and stop being so blind to this stuff and stop trying to be like, oh, that's fake. Like, how many times are things in movies and in cartoons and stuff actually going to happen before you guys actually take it into
Facts.
consideration that it could be a plan?
That's facts.
And I also believe that while they start doing this purge stuff and allowing all this stuff to happen, that they're going to start using those AI robots to try to control the crowd and everything like that.
You the cheapest of
I
them
don't know,
all.
I just have a feeling that finally, after all those years of creating those robots, that they're going to try to put them to use somehow.
He said to invest the money. Invest the money into what? Love will conquer. Do you know you can pay off your mortgage and you still don't pay land taxes and all that shit? You still lose your property? You can go buy a house right now and still, you still have to pay taxes. He said, black business, black owned. He said, you said, little baby, and others give their advice. He said, oh, doesn't he? Where the parents, see, bro, come here, bro. Let me. I don't know if you're a dude or a girl, but let me show you something. I don't know. You may be watching something else. You talking about this dude?
All right.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
You talking about that dude right there?
I ain't gonna lie, they got fast here. Yeah. Little baby icebox Christmas.
Okay. Oh, that's what you talking about? Alright. Hey, man. No comment then. Alright.
Do you know the disturbing story behind George Washington's teeth? Welcome to episode 9 of Hidden History, where we talk about the covered up injustices throughout American history. So our first president had really, really bad teeth throughout his entire adult life. And until the mid-1900s, textbooks taught that Washington had dentures made out of wood, and in some stories they say that he carved them himself.
How old do you think his son is? That shit,
But the truth is that Washington got some of his teeth from a French doctor who was known for transplanting real human teeth as opposed to fake ones made out of ivory or wood. And Washington paid for 9 teeth from enslaved black people for the doctor to use. We don't know how the teeth were extracted, but historians report that. It is possible that they forced one or more of their enslaved people to part with their teeth. Under Virginia's laws at the times, no plantation owner would have faced legal consequences for such an action. And by the time he became president, Washington only had one of his own teeth left. Share if you learned something new, comment another story you want me to explore, and follow for more.
Look, nigga, absolutely not, nigga. Like, one thing I'm not doing, like, that's like the equivalent of using somebody else's toothbrush. You feel what I'm saying? Have y'all ever used somebody's toothbrush? Now I gotta ask y'all. Look at me.
Motherfuckers definitely be using other people's toothbrush. Especially if you in a relationship. And you've been in a relationship a long time. I ain't saying I do it. But have I probably did it, before? Okay. Damn. Can anybody else agree with me so I don't feel alone on this situation? Not me. Yeah. Oh, man. Ain't nobody else ever... Nobody? So I'm the only one that did it like once or twice in my life. So y'all ain't never... Okay, I guess it's just me. You different? Wow, so y'all ain't never... Thank you, dog. Once or twice? I ain't said a lot of times. I just said once or twice, dog. Nah, you got it. I've been in a relationship for 4 years. Fuck y'all there, man. My nigga Jilsa did it before. One time at least, bro.
Have you ever used somebody's toothbrush?
Just one time.
I hope not.
Like, I think I did it like twice. Nah, you tweaking? Bro, I was over somebody's house. Okay, man, I ain't gonna explain this shit, man. Man, okay. All right, okay, cool.
I just want to let you know, man. I'm kind of petty with shit like that. We can't be friends. You just not my type of person using somebody else's toothbrush. Like,
maybe deodorant? Nah, I definitely use somebody's deodorant now. Everybody use somebody's deodorant. Y'all wild, man. After I bleached it, okay. See, she used accidentally. Thank you. That's what I'm saying. You should at least use the hot water. Of course, I always use the hot water. Always use the hot water. Always.
Care if it's your mama toothbrush. That'd be gross too.
Man, y'all in here wild.
She live her own life too.
Yo. He said how?
I hope it'd be just a bunch of
Apparently, we're actually surrounded by life.
Okay, my bad. I'm the only one came from the hood. Okay. I mean, even in the hood, I know they had the dollar toothbrush, but I'm just saying though, I ain't finna go explain that
Imagine
shit,
the amount of cities and races just on our
I've been
planet.
around for 9
now
years,
multiply
and you
that
ain't
by
never
a
did it,
universal
Herbie.
scale.
So you and your
It is
husband
said that
together
there are
9 years,
planets
you
like
use a
Earth
toothbrush.
that have already gotten to the stars because they have evolved already. We were supposed to be galactic citizens.
I'm sorry, yeah, you just gonna have to throw the whole mouth away at that point.
Oh man, y'all lie.
Hundreds of years ago, but greed of
my boy Stephen said every time we go on vacation, I forget mine. I'm gonna just use her shit. Come on. He said we could get 10 brush for 10 cents. Fuck you, dog.
humans and influence of negative beings
I ain't
has
never
kept
did
us
it, man.
small. The Galactic Federation of Worlds put laws in place to make sure we don't
you
kill off
toothpaste them.
ourselves
That's true.
and to make sure negative life forms don't infiltrate our planet. This is why we have aliens living among us, and some have even chosen to incarnate here to protect humanity and to help humanity evolve. We are at the next stage of human evolution, so the best way you can help us all evolve is to evolve yourself.
I believe that.
I like that.
Carries our literal essence. Let's not forget that blood is used in rituals to control people, and
So
it
you use
carries
my
our
toothbrush?
energy. And I know y'all been seeing these TikToks of these girls using their period blood in the spaghetti to control men.
Hold
and make them upset.
on, let's run that back. She said they doing what?
And see, now in Mississippi, that's a real thing. I got a friend of the family was messing with this woman, and he was popular with the ladies, and she used her period blood, and man, he ain't never been the same. He ain't never been the same, dog. He snapped out. He snapped, bro. He had to get into an institution, and it was really spaghetti. And not only did she use the period blood, she had the little doll and everything, bro. Like, and she knows she did it. Nigga. And guess what? Somehow the family gave her a pass. She was able to come back around the family and everything, nigga. I was scared to fuck of her. Like, all the little niggas like my age, man, we was scared to, like, nah, bro, we ain't going. If she around, nigga, we be like, hell nah, we ain't going over there. Hell nah. Bro, she really did, bro, like that. Like, she fucked them up, man.
TikTok.
It said big in the Haitian culture.
I ain't hear that. All right, we're gonna hold on. We gotta run that back.
Yeah, that shit real. That shit real, dog.
Carries our literal essence. Let's not forget that blood is used in rituals to control people, and it carries our energy. And I know y'all been seeing these TikToks of these girls using their period blood in the spaghetti to control men and make them obsessed with
That shit
them.
real,
Y'all
bro.
gotta stop easily giving
Real
away your
for
blood. Do y'all remember that scene in Avatar where Moat actually stabbed him and licked his blood, and she could tell who he was spiritually? Yeah, it's people who actually do that. And if you don't know the story of Henrietta Lacks, they literally took this woman's blood cells and illegally used it to cure specific diseases. People using blood to make them look younger. Our essence is literally in the blood that we produce. They're trying to track down that original Eve gene.
Yeah.
And y'all think I'm playing. They're really trying to use the genetics that we have to save them. Watch this.
Part of this genetic greatness that we don't see in any other race on the planet. These curvy, sexy black women from Africa. You girls have a kind of a monopoly on this genetic perfection, and we want some of that.
He's trying to pay them for their DNA. But you know, maybe I'm just making all this up. Y'all stay dangerous.
Adrenochrome, and that's why kids come up missing every fucking day. That's why kids come up missing every fucking day. That's why kids come up missing every fucking day. Kids, bro.
That whole thing got me fucked up. Look, ladies, look. We already love y'all, so y'all ain't
Shit,
gotta
wow,
just
man.
You know, I ain't eat nobody's spaghetti. My mom always told me that too. Don't eat no woman's spaghetti. I make it better anyway when I used to make it, but
And I ain't gonna lie, I love spaghetti. You know what I'm saying? My lady makes spaghetti. That's probably why, you know what I'm saying? That's probably why we still together. That goddamn spaghetti, man. Caddy, you fucking with that spaghetti, man? My lady in the chat right now, and I just want you to, I'm asking in front of the audience. We live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch. Are you fucking with, do you doing something to that spaghetti, cat? Cause man, it's sometimes I be wanting to goddamn put my foot up her ass. You know what I'm saying? But that goddamn spaghetti. And every time we get to fight, you know what I'm saying, have an argument, she makes some spaghetti. Oh, my bad.
Absolutely not. We're not doing that.
He said they had an underground tunnel system.
You ain't gotta do that. You ain't gotta
from
prove
Cali
nothing,
to New
okay?
York.
Hey, homies.
From Cali to New York?
Eating that shit.
Damn. He said, old head bitch. Yo, we already know. I ain't gonna lie. Now, like I said, because I told her when I first met her, I ain't eating your food. But you know what I'm saying? You know, man, she makes some good spaghetti, dog. I ain't gonna lie, dog.
Damn.
Okay, bet. Love will conquer.
What is the government?
Okay, I got
They
you.
want y'all genetics, though. Real talk.
The U.S. Navy sets off a
He said, I just asked my
40,000-pound
girl
bomb
what
in
she
the
said,
Atlantic
yo.
Ocean, 100 miles from the coast of Florida.
Wow, just
saying that it was only a military exercise. However, looking at the footage
okay,
of the
I got you.
explosion,
Love will conquer.
it definitely didn't seem like a regular military exercise. Furthermore, it's known that there are unknown creatures or aliens living deep in the ocean. So, could it be possible that it wasn't a military exercise, but a cover-up to take out a deadly threat in the ocean?
Damn, Eric.
With this suspicious military exercise, many are asking...
Shut your ass up, Ghost.
We already discussed that.
What's a piece of information that you learned that feels illegal to know? I'll start. I was like 14.
We are all slaves. Anybody born in America as a U.S. citizen is born into slavery, and you're not aware of it because they changed the game. Basically, everybody knows about the U.S.'s debt, being trillions of dollars in debt, and you guys are like, where's this debt getting paid from? Us. What you guys don't know is that every individual born into this country handed a birth certificate and a social security card, which your name is printed on those documents in all capital letters. Also pay attention.
That's what I be telling y'all. When I speak, I'm never speaking from a position of we have to separate from non-black people because we all trapped into this system. We all trapped into this system. So it's not now when it come to some shit like when I like certain shit I talk about, that's mainly for black people and poor people. But overall, we all in this fucking system and they all having us as slave now. It's no more that just poor people, black people slave. Nah, nigga, everybody get it now. They made sure that the strong man, dog.
Attention to your mail. Any government official mail piece that's given to you has your name in all capital letters. And that's because they're not addressing
you. You have the business side of you, and then you have the personal side of you.
They're addressing a secret account that you were given once
that we never get the fucking access. Some of us don't even know about the business side of us and the personal side of us.
You were born that you don't know about. And this account has X amount of dollars in it, and it all feeds back into the U.S. through our work and our taxes and our labor and our paying fees and all this other stuff. And the only way to break free from that secret system is to become a sovereign citizen, which nobody knows about.
Well, we know about it, but niggas, that's a dangerous game too in America. But I do know people that are sovereign. You know what I'm saying? They don't go by the laws of the land and of America and all that stuff. But it's a dangerous game too, being a sovereign, because you don't have no protection from the law. You have to protect yourself. And I have heard of people that went this route and they actually got hunted by the people. No, I don't want to go so far on that. That's some shit back where I'm from in Mississippi. So I know motherfucker do go that sovereign route. But boy, you better be living in a group, because when you by yourself and you try to play on the people, see, it's a smart thing. He's like, y'all can't fuck with me, cause hey, I'm sovereign. I'll show you my paperwork, and the police got to leave you alone. But then you got some people that be in their feelings and they want to come back and see about you later. So I suggest you can't go that route, but you want to be with an organization, not just be out here by yourself talking about you. I don't go by none of y'all laws.
Message.
I've never seen the symbol before. It's called an ankh. It's similar to the cross. After realizing what it really means, I think I'd rather wear an ankh versus a cross around my neck. The cross symbolizes death, and it also is a male part and a male part at the bottom. You see that loop at the top of the ankh? That symbolizes the female, which is the uterus. Here's a chart. You can pause it if you want, but the uterus is at the top. It's the womb of life, and it looks kind of like the uterus, I guess, but the cross just has two male parts and it's a symbol for Jesus' death. That's what he died on. So I'd rather walk around or have something to protect me that symbolizes life. The devil changes so many things and makes us think that they're bad, like the pineal gland below, how people think it's the evil eye, when it's actually something that's in your brain trying to open your third eye of knowledge.
That's facts.
It makes me wonder, am I supposed to be praying with an ankh instead of a cross? Not that there's anything wrong with the cross, but maybe I would have a better energy if I use an ankh.
These oceans, trying to figure out ways to set it on fire. They're sending us a message, y'all. So stay dangerous and tell me what you think.
Yo, can I ask a question? I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I just want to ask this question. Why do Jesus get more love than God? Just want to ask that question. Why do the Son of God get more love than God? I'm just asking. I'm not trying to be disrespectful or start nothing. I'm just asking. Why do the Son of God get more recognition? I'm just asking. I'm just asking. Why do the Son of God get more recognition? His name is used more. More people say Jesus. More people refer to Jesus than they do God. I'm just asking.
We are the aliens, but we just
think we're the thing.
We just think they're somebody else, but we're the ones who came from somewhere else. Because somebody else had to survive, and they got in a little spacecraft, and they came here, and they landed, and they started civilization here. That's what I believe. And if you don't believe me, go get books on the ancient Sumerians and see what they had to say.
That's a whole different discussion now.
They'll tell you right up front.
Blown that right open.
They ain't want y'all to know that. Look, they don't want to talk about that.
Who believe in fighting a war to save all mankind. Controlled by this man who thinks he's God. They have a belief system of not feeling love, not having any emotional attachments to anything, and fighting the war. That's all they care about. Now, the main characters are being attacked by these people, and they don't care who they hurt. They all want for the benefit of themselves. A lot of fighting goes on, and these higher conscious beings are like, oh no, y'all not ready. All of this fighting, all of this anger, no love. Why would we want y'all to join us in our intelligence? I wonder if we could say the same thing for everybody on this planet. So many wars, so much disagreement, different religions, and some of them think that they're better than the other one. Same thing in the TV show, a character named Allie, she communicated with the higher beings and she said, we're not ready either. These higher beings do not want to interact with the negative energy or the vibration of humans. Probably why we haven't seen these beings integrate into our society. I mean, let's just be honest, Earth is ghetto. All these corruptions, human trafficking, so many...
No, she just didn't say that, dog. I ain't saying I disagree, it's just funny as fuck. She gonna say Earth is ghetto. Like she know anything. Okay,
unhappy
anything
people stuck
else.
in a cycle of this system.
I mean, I understand, these young ladies and these people that are talking about this stuff, they have an ideal. We all have an ideal of what we may know, but do we have any physical evidence? There are other planets. I do believe there are other beings. That's what I believe, but she said that like she'd have been to another planet.
The consciousness of Earth right now is just not attractive. So was this TV show trying to tell us something about our consciousness?
So, this is...
That was funny.
So what are they trying to hide? Why do they say 666 is evil and 666 is melanin? 6 protons, 6 neutrons, and 6 electrons. That's black people. CERN's logo is 3 6s. Chrome's logo is 3 6s. 6, another 6, and another 6.
I don't know how many people
So
gonna
when I
point this
think
out.
about what they're trying to keep from us by telling us black
Everybody
people are
seen
the inferior race with fake statistics to make themselves feel superior.
Yeah.
Using the eye of Egypt to tell you that it's evil when it's really the pineal gland being opened.
Look, when your pineal gland is open, like when it's not. See, some people are walking around here and you got calcified pineal glands. And it is I forgot the actual percentage of it, but you know, my people, we're born, our pineal glands are open, but they're trying to calcify them with all this stuff that we're putting in our bodies, with the chloride and chlorine, all that stuff. Calcify your shit.
That's
They
facts.
don't want you to have access to it for reasons.
I like that goal, man.
Yours. Why Egypt's sun god was later turned into the Son of God with Jesus. The pendulum was then changed to a cross. While they keep it from us that we were gods and belittle you to keep you feeling small so you won't be reminded that we used to be much bigger because they don't want to be overturned. I know they continue to change the Bible, but a dog only serves one master. So if a command commands you to do something and it is not God, you are not God's follower. God's followers can recognize when there is ill intent written in his words because he repeats the same parables. A book that randomly tells you to conform to the government is really weird. I'm just
Appreciate you.
Welcome to Theories About the Universe that may or may not change your entire perspective on life. Warning, potential existential crisis incoming. So this first one says that if someone were to figure out exactly what the universe was and what its purpose was, then it would just poof and come back as something even more peculiar. And as an extension, maybe this has already happened and it's just a vicious cycle. There's a theory that our universe is just one single atom, and all of the atoms that we're made up of are also smaller universes, and this scale is infinite. Girl, I don't even think I understand this one, and I honestly don't even know if it makes sense, so bear with me. So some people theorize that time is just one giant...
This is what be bothering me. And see, this one I had to put this one I had to say, I fuck with some of this stuff, and I agree with a lot of it, but when I feel like nigga trying to play with my brain, these same people don't believe, people believe there's a dome over Earth, but yet believe in atoms in outer space. These same people say that we never been to the moon, but yet believe in atoms in outer space. So, nigga, pick one. Pick one. Do you believe outer space or do you believe dome? Which one do you believe? Like, don't come fucking with me. That's why I said, man, I some of this stuff I truly believe, but then it's a lot of shit be like, man, y'all bullshitting. 1 minute you saying this, 1 minute you saying that.
Loop, and as it goes around and around, we advance more and more. So, for example, the pyramids were actually built in our version of the future, but it was actually the beginning of the previous loop. This would explain why we can't figure out exactly how they were built. This one just makes my brain hurt. I'm curious to know what other people think. And finally, the meaning of life is for the universe to experience itself.
If you don't believe in climate change, you are the scum of the earth. It's not a myth, it's not political, and it sure as hell isn't a fucking joke. The oceans are drowning in plastic, the ice caps are already halfway gone, and we cause the extinction of up to 150 species every day. 2/3 of the rainforest have been destroyed, phytoplankton has decreased 40%, and half of the coral reefs are already dead. Combined, they produce...
Climate change is definitely real. I mean, it's no way you can deny that. But guess what? Do these people have something to do with climate change? For us, do these people have machines that can make us think it's hot outside? Do they have machines that can make it freezing fucking cold? Do these people not have any technology that can add to climate changes? Do they not have a machine called HARP? I remember, man, as a kid, I seen this video, and I showed my dad as a kid. I said, Dad, look at these people making thunder. What the fuck? As a kid, I remember seeing these people make tornadoes. Y'all know, am I saying the right? Tornadoes? I remember as a kid, I seen it. I said, Dad, look at this. These people making thunderstorms. They making tornadoes. They making all this shit. Well, how are they doing this? So, yes, climate change is real, but we know we have some people that also manipulate the climate as well. Like, you know what I'm saying?
90% of the oxygen we breathe. The increase in temperature in the last century has already led to more destructive hurricanes and forest fires. If we continue down this path, global temperatures will increase by another degree.
I understand that, but so we ain't gonna say nothing about the motherfucker that out there setting the forest on fire. Who out there setting the forest on fire? Now, come on, all of it ain't just goddamn it, just hot. Somebody out there setting that shit on fire. That just like somebody got his fucking, bro. It's snowing in Miami. It's snowing in Texas. And some parts of Texas, I know it's snow. But nigga, it's snowing in Miami. Come on, bro. Get the fuck on, bro. Somebody fucking with some shit. Who turning them machines on? Oh, another thing, y'all. Have y'all seen how they been fucking with the power grid? Now, mind you, for the ones that been watching me, y'all know we've been talking about the power grids. We talked about that like a month ago. All of a sudden now, it's multiple power grids that have been attacked lately. We're going to do a story on that probably this week. There's all of a sudden now, it was snowing. It was a little bits and pieces of snow. They showed it at the Dolphin game. Look, some dudes showed it on TikTok. But yeah, all of a sudden now, multiple power grids have been tampered with. We're gonna look at that as well sometime this week. Now, what's going on with these power grids? Why motherfuckers that's all of a sudden fucking with these power grids? What the fuck? What's going on with that? What's going on? All of a sudden, y'all just out here fucking with the power grid? Okay.
Next 30 years, if that happens, 500 of the biggest cities will be completely underwater. Half of the population will face 20 days of lethal heat every year, and the oceans will be completely dead and
bro, and it just happened, a lot of it just happened on Christmas. Supposedly a lot of motherfuckers didn't have any goddamn, and now mind you now, a lot of people died. A lot of people died, y'all. Go look it up. A lot of people died for Christmas due to the power grid situation, along with the freezing cold weather.
Void of life.
But we're gonna talk about that
this week. You don't have to be a genius
this
to know that if the oceans die, they will take us with them. Although it's good to do your part, this is not a problem that's going to be fixed by riding a bicycle to work or reusing a water bottle. It is a question of whether we will let 100 companies destroy our home for a profit, or whether we will stand up and take it back. Will we come together to save the world, or will we sit back and watch our children suffocate and fight wars over resources before we're even old enough to retire? So trust me when I say, if you don't believe in climate change, you will.
So your city had a blackout like 2 days ago, and then look how cold it got. Some people couldn't take it, bro. Look what happened when the flood came. Look what happened when the flood came, and that shit that happened in Texas. Not flood, but that ice storm that came to Texas that time. Bro, these people are, bro, death is nothing to these people. These people don't care about fucking you dying. Nigga, they send motherfucker to war. You think they care about a couple niggas dying? Man, come on, like, let's be for real. These people send niggas to war to fight over fucking opium and oil and all that shit when we got oil in the United States. But man, these people don't give a fuck about a couple niggas dying, couple 100,000. Come on, dog.
And if you're not going to do your part to help, then get the fuck out of the way.
Somebody said our brains are too small to understand the stuff that's happening in the whatever, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Y'all go ahead and smash that like button. We should be at like 3,000 likes already. I appreciate it though. I appreciate my ones that do it.
Make sure y'all hit the like button. I never say that, man, but listen to these guys, man. I think they said in order to get your videos in the algorithm, if you're talking about something worthy, hit the like button if y'all don't mind.
Check me out though. You're saying you can't limit us.
Oh, of course, dog. Savage
to your limitations. Some of us are in a higher realm of thinking.
I mean, that's right,
Very
Cat.
intelligent people out here, and you don't know what we're capable of. So just don't limit people to your reality, okay?
Do you think that there is potential entry into the inner Earth through the poles?
From the Google Earth, you can see gigantic, massive openings. Some are several kilometers wide. There's been accounts of military pilots flying into some of these openings. There's a supermassive pyramid in Antarctica. I mean supermassive. And some military soldiers have come forward with their testimony about the fact that it's still emitting some type of exotic energy. All the leaders of the world have gone down there. More recently, Buzz Aldrin went there, one of the first people to walk on the moon, and he was completely horrified at what he found out. He actually went on Twitter and made a tweet that said something to the effect of, they are pure evil, we're in trouble.
Have you ever watched Men in Black?
I got it. I'm gonna show that one every compilation. It's important.
Supposedly, the Men in, like, that's a real thing. The Men in Black. Yeah.
I can see it.
They describe them as tall men in black suits, and like their faces be like, they look like they're wearing disguise. They
population
have no
control,
bald,
facts.
no eyebrows, no eyelashes,
nap time,
really bright red lips, and they look like fake. And they come and they threaten people. And like there was a document called Project Blue Book in the 50s, and it was like
I heard about Project Blue Book.
Developed cases and studies of like different UFO sightings and shit like that. So like there was one case where they was talking about the Men in Black, and it was like a general.
It said
he was
facts,
like, unidentified
facts,
human
savage.
beings impostering like Air Force patrolmen in black suits would come up to people who seen UFOs and threaten them to not say nothing about it. And like they're like trying to look for these people because supposedly they don't work for us. And there was a guy, his name was Dan Aykroyd. In 2002, he was coming out with a show called Out There, and it was like a show about aliens and things like that. They got episodes, like 26 episodes already. They need to air all the seasons out. But then one day he was in New York City and he was on the phone outside, and then he turns and he sees like a black Ford and a tall guy in a black suit come out, and the guy looked at him like a mean ass face, and he's talking, and then he looks again like a half a second later, and the car is gone. He didn't hear it move. He didn't see nobody leave. He didn't like see the car leave. And then a week later, the producers of the show was like, "Oh, we have to scrap this whole thing."
It must have been something in there that was like actually true, because there's a whole bunch of alien stuff, documentaries.
That's what I'm saying.
That aren't taken out.
And when you think like that, like you got to think that shit right there has been going on since the beginning of these people showing their face. What's up, Zay?
Man, shout out to Dre OG React, man. Good one. Definitely appreciate it. But chat, we're gonna take a little short break, and we're gonna come back tonight, man. We're gonna take a little break. We've been rocking out for a minute, so we're gonna take a little short break. I definitely appreciate y'all for hanging out with me. I feel like we did.
Bello on the